To our dear Professor Dr. Boliser, my dear classmates, I am Joyce Mary Sumatra and I am assigned to report the significance of effective decision making. Okay, so throughout our day-to-day activities in life, we practice decision making in whatever situation that we have, may it be in our respective homes, work, or school. We experience making decisions. I think we're already familiar with decision making, but what we're mainly focusing on today is why effective and good decisions are essential in the workplace. We will know the significance of good decisions and their effect on the rest of the organization. Decision making is often an integral part of a leader's role in the workplace. Even if you are not in a leadership or managerial position, your ability to make decisions can still positively or negatively impact your work life and your company as a whole. So the following are examples of the benefits of making good decisions. First, when you have good decisions, it can save time and resources. So let's say you're in charge of a particular team for a specific event. At the start of the planning stage, decision making is already present. So as the team manager, you are responsible for the group's decision, particularly the steps that need to be done or should, like for example, if the team should pursue a specific task or not. So here's the crucial part. If the group decided on a wrong decision from the initial planning stage, it could lead to a domino effect on the provided objectives of what your team is supposed to be doing. So that's why we need to have effective decision making all throughout the stages to avoid wasting time, money, effort, and energy within the group. So with good decisions, we can save time and resources. So the second benefit of having a good decision is that it cultivates and maintains the respect of others in the workplace. So as the team leader or manager of the group, it holds your reputation and credibility in managing people. So if you tend to show poor decision-making skills, it could affect how the people around you would rely on your skills as their manager. So as much as possible, if you happen to be in a managerial position, you need to try your best to have the best decision that you can come up with. The third is to improve productivity. So this connects to the first benefit wherein if your decisions can save time and resources, it is also correlated to job productivity. So when you have good decisions along the way as their team leader or a manager, then your team can do the efficient workload, the right amount of work needed in a certain number of hours in work. So there's a job efficiency. And lastly, of course, having good decisions can prevent mistakes and risks. So I think this is already an expected effect. If you have good decisions, then it is anticipated to have lesser errors in work. And above all, there would be a successful outcome or results. So we're already discussing how important to have good decisions, especially in the workplace. So the question here is, what variables could be significantly affected in terms of how well the management does in decision making. So number one, how resources are utilized. So suppose the management practices proper decision-making skills, resources can be used most efficiently and profitably as possible. However, if the management have poor decision making, that could lead to waste of resources, no, and it can also incur higher costs for a project, no, because there's already a waste of time, energy, no, and human resource, and especially the money that you put into on a certain project. So uh, the money uh, would be wasted when the management has poor decision making skills. And number two, employee job satisfaction and motivation. So employees who work for management that make poor decisions often feel as if they cannot trust their leaders or managers. So they may also think that the directions they receive from management may not be the most effective way to go about things. So as a result, employees can lose motivation to perform within the workplace, which can ultimately lead to decreased job satisfaction and may even negatively impact employee retention. So by committing to making good decisions, you allow your employees, know your colleagues to trust the management, their respective leaders, and know that their work is valuable. And number three, accomplishment of goals. So making good decisions in the workplace can positively contribute to accomplishing personal, team, and organizational goals and objectives, while having poor decisions can result in mistakes and misunderstandings. Fourth one is company culture. So when leadership gains the reputation of poor decision making, the culture of a company can suffer. So employees may not trust their management or feel like they cannot rely on management. However, effective workplace decision making can allow their employees to feel secure in their positions and feel a better sense of commitment to the company and increase overall employee engagement. Lastly, number five is growth of an organization. Well thought out and intelligent business decisions can support a company as it grows and fosters more growth opportunities. So here are some steps that you can take to improve your decision-making skills in the workplace. First, narrow down your options. So the fewer options that you have available to you, the less overwhelmed you will feel when choosing. So for example, choosing between two different ideas to implement is much easier, no, than choosing between 10. So when, as much as possible, eliminate unrealistic or impractical options so that you only have to select from those with the most potential and the most plausible way of to do within the group. And then second, determine how important a decision is and how much time it deserves. So before you exert too much time on any decision, rate each decision on its importance and carefully choose how much time you will spend on it. Now, however, More critical decisions should receive an ample time. So choosing how much time you give each decision before you begin the decision-making process can help ensure you spend your time wisely and prioritize the decisions that really matter. Then be as informed as possible. So the more research you do and the information you have, the better you can make an informed decision. Know what factors are involved in the decision and any other information you need to feel comfortable and knowledgeable when choosing the options available. So you need to do your research first before you land on a certain decision. Then next, avoid making decisions based on emotions. So making decisions based on your emotions can lead to poor choices. So if you are emotionally attached to an issue or decision that must be made, refrain from making it until you can be objective about the matter. No, so look at the facts, uh, that surrounds the decision rather than how you feel about it. And don't be afraid to ask for additional time, no, if possible, if you're really not sure about it, no, so that you can have a clear decision, no, how you have a clear mind when making that particular decision. And finally, consider the pros and cons. So, understanding both the benefits and the costs that can arise from a decision can help you feel more secure and prepared when you make one. So, every decision has at least one pro and one con. So, need to know. Again, it's again it relates to having a research about it and know the pros and cons of that particular choices that you have to make a decision. So having the ability to make a quick yet good decision is imperative in all life situations. So to be an effective manager, decision making skills are crucial. So if you second guess yourself, now you need to involve your entire team, your group before committing, or don't trust your instinct. You will lose the respect of your employees and may ruin the outcomes of important projects. So again, need to have need to have an enough evidence, no, enough research about it first, no, before you need before you land to a certain decision. It's not all about your feelings, no, your intuition, no. Uh, you also need to rely on the facts. So here are five reasons why decision-making skills are so essential in management. So first, saves time. So you know which decisions you can make, just trusting your instincts, and which ones need some research first. No, you have you should have that ability. Oh, so the ability to make educated yet fast decisions, no, will free up your time from overthinking. And then second, fosters respect. So employees want a strong leader whom they can follow, and one way to impress your team is to show them how comfortable you are with making decisions. So you need like a leader that has clear decision, can stand on uh, the decision that he or she has made. So if you are a confident manager, then your employees will feel good knowing that they can trust their manager or their boss to steer them in the right direction. And then third, serves as motivation. So a leader's primary job is to empower their staff to work as productively as they can. So when the workers see that their manager has excellent decision making skills, it gives them something to copy as they grow professionally. And then fourth, prevents conflict. So to prevent your employees or your team from having or to argue about how to do a project or which idea is better, you need to improve your decision making skills to show them which is right or wrong. And then fifth is increases productivity. So when a manager can weigh the pros and cons of a task and provide a quick decision, it allows the employees to start working on it faster. So thus, this increase the employees' job productivity. Okay, so no matter how informed you are, there are instances that we still tend to arrive at poor decisions. No, we have our techniques, we have our own techniques to make more effective and efficient decisions, both at home and in the workplace. So learning from experience is probably the most common way to improve our decision making abilities, no, learning from our mistakes and figuring out which methods work and go through trial and or error, no. But for me, I think the best way to improve decision making skills is to practice, 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 practice. Practice also to uh, collaborate and cooperate with your team, no, and also the same time be a manager with high in emotional intelligence and of course a presence of logical reasoning. So I hope that you have learned something from this short discussion that I've presented and that you can be able to practice it in a real life setting. Thank you for your listening and have a great day ahead.